Imagine you're a skilled worker with a US employer ready to hire you, but suddenly, to get or maintain your visa, you must pay $100,000 per year. That is right, six figures. Today, we are diving into a sweeping US immigration move that is rewriting the rules for foreign workers, especially in tech and highly skilled fields. What does it mean? Who wins, who loses, and what might be the fallout? Let's unpack. Trump's 100,000 H-1B fee. What's changing? What's at stake? So what has been announced? The policy shift on September 19, 2025, President Donald Trump signed a proclamation imposing a $100,000 annual fee for holders of H-1B visas or for employers sponsoring them. What is the H-1B visas? The H-1B program is a U.S. non-immigrant work visa that allows employers to temporarily employ foreign workers in specialty occupations, typically those that requires at least a bachelor's degree. It is heavily used in the tech, engineering, medical, and academic sector. Before this proclamation, registration fee for the H-1B lottery were around $215. Employers filing the full petition from I-129 pay hundreds more plus extra fee depending on size of company, whether it is non-profit and so on. The new fee jumped to $100,000 per year, a huge increase. Effective timing and condition. The proclamation becomes effective at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Daytime, 24 September 2025. The policy directs the Department of Homeland Security (DHS) to not approve H-1B petition for people outside the United States unless the $100,000 payment has been made. It also limits the State Department's issuance of H-1B visa stamps under those conditions. Related measures alongside the H-1B fee. The Trump administration is introducing a new gold card visa that grants a pathway to U.S. residency for wealthy individuals who pay $1 million or companies sponsoring employees pay $2 million. A platinum card is also being proposed, costing $5 million, allowing foreigners to spend up to 270 days in the US without US taxation on their non-US income. Now let's look at the purpose and rationale. The administration claims the change aims to reduce legal immigration via the H-1B route by significantly raising costs so that only very highly skilled applicants or companies truly committed will use it. There is also a stated aim to push companies to hire and train more American workers rather than rely on foreign talent. The fee is also presented as a mechanism to generate more revenue and curtail what is being described by some in the administration as misuse or overuse of H-1B visas. What's likely to be impacted? Tech industries and big companies like Amazon, Google, Apple, Microsoft, and so on, which depends heavily on H-1B holders for engineering, R&D, infrastructures, will see major costs. Some may reconsider hiring abroad. Outsourcing and staffing firms that contract foreign workers to US companies are especially exposed because their business model has often involved cheaper foreign labor. Individual foreign workers, especially those who are outside the US with valid H-1B visas but who have not yet re-entered, may be affected. Many sources are urging such visa holders to return before the fee takes effect to avoid being stuck outside or having to pay the fee. Renewal or extension of an H-1B visa, even for someone inside, may also face the new cost burden. Economic innovation effect could reduce the inflow of high-skilled talent in STEM field, AI, biotech, and so on. US competitiveness may suffer if foreign experts find it cost prohibitive to work in the US. Companies may relocate parts of development or offshore work to avoid the fee. Might also push up wages for US workers if supply of foreign labor is constrained, but also increase cost of employers which could be passed on. Legal and political challenges. Several legal analysts are already calling this move possibly lawless or likely to be challenged in court. That's because imposing such a large fee via executive order or proclamation may exceed statutory powers. Congress holds authority over immigration law. Question will arise: does the president have the power to change fees so drastically without new legislation? Affordability. Fairness. For many skilled foreign workers, especially from developing countries, a 100,000 fee annually is prohibitive. It may discriminate against those who are talented but not independently wealthy or backed by large corporations. Industry backlash. Tech companies have often argued that the H-1B program is important for filling gaps where US labor supply is limited. Sudden hikes in fees could disrupt projects, delay hiring, or force companies to reduce operations. Talent drain or brain gain loss. Foreign students who study in the US or researchers may choose other countries, Canada, UK, EU, with more predictable, affordable immigration paths. Administrative burdens and uncertainty. Rules may need to define exactly who is exempt, how the fee is paid, how outside the US is defined. There will be legal challenges, judicial review, possibly delay in implementation. Supports or defense protecting US workers. Supporters argue the current system allows employers to underpay foreign workers relative to US wage norms. This move forces companies to internalize higher costs if they hire foreign talent, focusing on exceptional talent. The fee may functionally filter for only the highest paid, highest skilled, thus potentially ensuring that H-1B visas go to those contributing most rather than broad use. Revenue and budget. The government could use revenue from the fee for other priorities, immigration enforcement, training programs, reducing backlogs, and so on. So let's look at the lingering question and uncertainty. How will $100,000 be applied? Is it an addition to existing fee or does it replace them? Will it apply to all H-1B petitions, new, renewal, extensions, transfers? Evidence suggests first time and renewal are included. What about people already in the US? Those inside with valid H-1B permits might not be immediately subject to the full requirement unless they leave and try to re-enter or renew, but that depends on how the regulation is drafted and how agencies apply it. Exception and litigation parts. Will universities, non-profit researchers, or extraordinary ability cases be exempted? Possibly, but not clear yet. Legal challenges lawsuits. Seeking to block implementation may argue constitutional issues, statutory overreach, or due process. Global implications. US relationship with countries supplying many H-1B workers, India, China, and so on, may be strained. Global competition for talent intensified. Other countries may benefit. So let's look at what to watch for and what you should know. If you are an H-1B visa holder for prospective applicants, if you are currently outside the US but have a valid visa, you may want to return to avoid being subject to the new visa and the new fee. Companies should review their hiring and immigration plans, budget for significantly higher costs, consider alternatives. other visa categories, e.g. O1, J1, remote work and other countries. Keep an eye on regulatory filings. Federal Resident Agency guidance from USCIS, DHS, Department of State. For companies and policymakers, need to assess impact on staffing, R&D, competitiveness, could encourage more domestic training programs in STEM. Be ready for legal battles and perhaps for lobbying to adjust or repeal part of it. In the end, the $100,000 fee marks shifts in the chessboard of US immigration policy in a big way. It's a signal that legal immigration, especially for high-skilled foreign labor, will no longer be cheap. It's a move towards more exclusivity, more cost, more burden on companies and individuals. For some, it's a barrier. For others, a filter for only those with deep pockets. Whether it will last depend on Congress, courts, and how badly industry push back. One thing is certain, the era of low-cost H-1B is over. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss updates, because this story is still evolving. Leave a comment. Are you for this kind of overhaul, or do you see it as ruling out opportunities for many skilled workers? I want to hear your view. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.